Damn it, we're late. Here we go, though. Yo, how's everybody doing this evening? Welcome to SuitMan Productions. We've got an interesting show for you today. You won't see a more diverse, more globally represented or international lineup than you will see tonight. Welcome to Mixed and Misidentified 4. We've done this 4 times. Make some noise. We've got a great show for you tonight, opening up our show all the way in London, fresh off a trip to Ibiza. I wonder if she took a pill like Mike Pilsner said, right? We'll have Anoushka Rava. We've also got Soli Santos out of Chicago, Illinois. We've got Jay Coe out of Los Angeles, California. We've got Maria DeLaGhetto. I don't know. You say tomato, I say tomato, out of Los Angeles, California. We've got Umi Om. She's actually in Aberdeen, but I say Seattle, Washington, because unless you're a Nirvana fan, you probably don't know where that's at. We've got Sean Porter out of Los Angeles, California as well. We've got Suwon Weaver out of Los Angeles, California. And we've got Athena Rodriguez out of San Jose, California. But right now, if you can, make some noise. Put your hands together for the one, the only, the man with the most. It's me, Duante SuitMan Barnett. Hey, there I am. How y'all doing? It's funny, one of the other comedians, y'all can unmute now. One of the other comedians was like, he looks like he's got a tan. And I'm like, no, I just know how to do laundry and have a bright white shirt. That's all it is. It's called color contrast. But it's funny, I love doing the show Mixed and Misidentified because I don't think there's a single person on here who hasn't been asked, hey, what are you? And I think the funniest example of I had with that was I was about like 23, 24, and I'm riding the bus through the hood in Seattle, and I'm wearing a suit, and these black girls were like, what are you? And I was like, I'm a Homo sapien. And they were like, oh, that's a waste. You're too cute to be a Homo sapien. And I was like, you bitches are dumb. I said Homo sapien, not homosexual. Figure out the suffix of a word. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Jesus Christ, I digress. But it's funny because, like, people mistake my culture all the time. I had a lady come up to me last week, and she goes, aren't you one of those Samoas? I was like, Samoas? No, ma'am, I'm not a Girl Scout cookie. And then I was like, if I am a cultural cookie, I'm an Oreo. Yeah, get it right, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. But how's everybody doing tonight? I know we're going to have a great time tonight. We've got an awesome show for you. Usually I try to run my mouth and let everybody hear me. But today, I think it's good enough to get going. We've got so many good comics from all over, really, Los Angeles, really. It's funny because all the Republicans watching this show are like, I told you. But all the people in Los Angeles, they look Mexican. They're just not all Mexican, I promise you. Actually, I don't think any of the people from Los Angeles are even part Mexican. That's the even funnier part. What the hell? But make some noise. Our first comedian of the night. She speaks like 17 different languages. I think she's running on 6 hours of sleep. Not only that, but she even got bit by a jellyfish. So we've been talking about peeing on her the whole fucking time. I was like, I'm not getting no R. Kelly charges here. Look, give it up for our first comedian. And by the way, just so you know, she's mixed as well. I've got her mix here. Hold on, I'll tell you. Out of London, UK, she's French and Iranian. If you've never heard Iranian, it's the same thing as Persian. I know how them fuckers are. Give it up for Anoushka Rava.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hey.
So I'm half French, half Iranian, and I always have one part hijacking the other. The Iranians always thinking, you should get married, have 6 children, and become a desperate housewife, right? And the French is like, but ma chérie, it's okay. You just freeze your eggs and strike. So Duante was saying how I just got back from holidays, and well, I just wrote this new set because I got stung by mosquitoes like there was no tomorrow. And I don't understand the purpose of mosquitoes. I don't understand it. On holidays, I look like a Dalmatian, brown and red, right? With spots everywhere. I wake up and like I have marks all over. It's like I participated in an orgy, but I didn't know about it. You know? And it's I feel like sometimes mosquitoes are kind of like men. I don't understand the purpose of some men, okay? Apart from stinging your feelings and letting you itch like a bitch, right? Like, and I discovered one thing. I don't know if you know this, but only female mosquitoes sting. Yeah, and then I was like, well, that makes sense because if it were a male mosquito, he'd be around too intimidated by me, you know. Like I've had men just stare at me like I'm some statue, Nefertiti, you know, this Egyptian statue, and I'm like Nefertiti. I'd rather someone touch my titties. Okay, like, so yeah, you guys came out with this term orbiting, right? That they just look at all your stories, like all your pictures and all of that, and then nothing happens. And I was like, I might as well just stand in Covent Garden. We have all these human statues there. I was like, if I got a penny out of all the people who stare at me without talking to me, I'd be a billionaire by now. Okay. And then I was thinking, but it's true because, like, yeah, female mosquitoes, they do the action, right? They just don't buzz around. They sting you. And I'm like, please, can you cheat on me? Okay, stop being faithful. Go around. Go mess other people's lives. Okay, sting other people. I've had it. Be unfaithful. And then I was thinking, yeah, unfaithful, like you know, my ex-boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend cheated on me, and it was like, you know, he's stupid because true story. He told me on a Friday evening that he was at a bar mitzvah. Poor guy doesn't know that you can't have a bar mitzvah on a Friday because it's Shabbat. I'm like, if you're gonna lie, check your facts, okay? And I knew that I was right because I went on his emails and he had written to his friends, I'm officially at a bar mitzvah, but unofficially, I'm just at a bar. And he had sent to his friends the picture of the girl he was with. And turns out I got jealous of this girl because she was horrendous. So I was like, oh shit. You fell in love with his personality, so that's worse, right? You know, with looks you can do surgery, but can you know, is there a gym for personality here? Like, okay, I'll start by squatting with my legs, you know, because there's already too much squatting going on in my head here from guys who don't pay the rent. So I'm gonna start squatting with my legs, and then, you know, stop opening them up and for assholes out here. You gotta, yeah. Gonna do gym for personality. Change some stuff there. Yeah. But you know, then I looked at that, and you know, a mitzvah. I don't know if you know what it means, but it means a charitable act. So it turns out he wasn't really lying because, I mean, this girl was a charity act. So it just happens. He did a mitzvah at a bar. He was at a bar mitzvah, if you think about it, right? It's just a question of perspective. And then I was thinking, I think at this point, my future husband's in jail. Yeah, honestly, because I've been everywhere. Apple, what's it called? Happen, Tinder, Bumble, everywhere he isn't there. If you think about it, the only logical place he doesn't have a cell is in a cell, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if there's a lawyer out there, can you get him out? Because I'm looking for a soulmate, not an inmate. I mean, I'm going to end up like Notre Dame here, old, ruined, but able to make a rich guy donate. Yeah. And you know what bugs me? Okay, food. Food at the moment is like, you know, I'm thinking it's like yo-yo, you know, it goes up in your mouth and down in your ass, okay? I put on weight everywhere. Except where needed. My boobs, they stay tiny. Ugh, like when I say I put on weight everywhere, I mean my body. I have no control over where the weight goes. If I did, I'd have an F cup, okay? I just have the failing cup, the A cup. Yeah. You know, I was thinking people in the food industry, they should create microchips that you can install on your shoulders here, right? And then when you reach your daily intake, it would beep like that, you know? You try to eat it, it just wouldn't go in your mouth. That'd be really helpful because I'd rather have a chip on my shoulders than chocolate chips in my ass, okay? Yeah, you know, when people ask me if I'm in a relationship, I said, well, define relationship because I'm in a throuple, right? My mind, my stomach, and my supermarket, okay? Really, the owners of digestives, they should be sued for false marketing, you guys. You know those digestives? Did you have that in America? The biscuits called digestives? There's
a laxative.
Yeah, we have that in England. I can tell you, it doesn't help you digest. It just helps you die. Ah. So, other story that happened to me. I was in the underground in Paris, and there was this really gorgeous guy who was staring at me, and you know, he came up to me, like he was getting closer and closer, but I liked it because he wasn't being insistent, you know, he just like, he was just getting closer, and he didn't ask for my number, right, for my phone, and then a couple of minutes later, I realized my phone was gone. And I was like, oh God, he didn't dare to ask for my phone, so he just took it. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. He wanted, you know, he played hard to get, and he turned off the Find My Phone application. He knew I was smarter than that. And so he knew I loved the chase and mysteries. And turns out he didn't steal my heart. You know, he didn't steal my phone, just my heart, right? So I went to the station, and they asked me for his description, and I said, well, 6'3", fit, and he looked single, right? And then she goes to me, you know how in France they're racist and stuff. The woman asked me, are you sure you're not trying to fraud the insurance? I was like, I am Iranian. I'm into atomic power, okay? I would never do insurances. This guy was clearly the bomb. I don't care about the phone. I'm in atomic power. I want the bomb, okay? Well, guys, I'm still single, so it turns out she didn't find the guy, okay? But, you know, I was thinking, I wanted to find him because a guy who wakes up on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m. to steal a phone, he's going places. He has the sense of responsibilities, right? I mean, he'd be a great family man. And, you know, clearly he's good with his fingers because that was a dexterous move. He made my phone disappear in a flash, right? And I guess that's my time, you guys. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Woo! Give it up for Anoushka. Ending on a fingering joke. That's I couldn't put my finger on where that joke was going, but I know something else I could put my phone. Never mind. She said she checked everywhere. I was like, bitch, I'm in Tukwila. Have you came here yet? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Is this love? Is this matchmaker now? I don't know. We'll see. I guess, like Suwon said, if I go to jail, then I'm an eligible bachelor for it. I think that's what it is. Give it up for Anoushka Rava, everybody. I'm still wondering how many people were like, I'll pee on you on the beach when she got hit with the jellyfish. That'd be hilarious. I wonder, like, there's probably a line like, I'll do it. Oh, God. I'm going to hell. Hey, how y'all doing? You guys having a good time? Fuck.
Yeah.
It's funny because, you know, the best part, she's like, you know, people in France are racist. And oh, you mean white people everywhere? We didn't need, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus.
Boom.
Anyway, I digress. You know, it's we're not going to bash all the white people. You know what I mean? Some of them are good. It's like cops. There's some good cops. Anyways, this this next comedian, right? She's not actually listed as mixed, right? Because she's Puerto Rican. But if you know your fucking history, guess what?
Six.
Puerto Ricans are fucking mixed. They're like, that's just like being mixed is their name. Puerto Rican equals mixed because they've got black, they've got Spanish, they've got Caribbean, and then they even got their native people. So we're cousins somehow, I'm sure. Give it up for this next comedian out of Chicago, Illinois. Give it up for Soli Santos.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are so right. Don't be fooled by the paleness of my skin. It's actually the lighting in my camera lighting is what's making me look like the white chick that lives next door to you that talks a lot of shit and calls the cops. Don't be fooled though. But I am Puerto Rican. I am a native Chicagoan. I know that might seem a little strange. Most people just assume we're all in New York, but we're not. There's not enough room even in the big city of New York. We had to spread out a little bit. And born and raised in Chicago. And if you haven't noticed my accent, that'll pretty much give it away. My vowels are pretty stressed in a different way. But you know, I'll say this: being Latina nowadays it's tough to be Latina. You know, there's a lot of expectations with being Latina. Okay, like for example, I don't have any kids. I know. I'm really behind schedule, guys. By now, I should probably have 6 kids, 3 grandchildren. My oldest daughter and I should be pregnant right now at the exact same time. My parents are really disappointed in me. You know, there is a name that they call Latinas with no kids. It's happy. That's
Yeah.
Thank you. And also, people automatically assume that all Latinas that we have big asses, you know, and it's hard to say, you know, we're in the little square boxes, so you can't really see my full frame. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know, a lot of people say that, you know, Latinas got junk in the trunk. Well, someone went in my trunk and stole all my junk. I got nothing, guys. I was robbed. You know, the thing is, so I used to have a lot of junk in my trunk in my 20s, and I lost it in my 30s. I have no idea where it went, but I am convinced a white chick took it. I'm convinced. Because whenever I see a white chick with a really big ass, I'm like, that's cool. It's not natural. You know what I mean? You know, so, you know, I will say that J-Lo doesn't make it any easier for us. You know what I mean? Like, not with that badunkadunk that she's got going on. It just puts a lot more pressure on the rest of us. You know what I mean? Like, hers is just like the floating mountains in the 3D version of Avatar, where you want to reach out and be like, wow, is that real? It's more like the hill over at a kiddie park. There's usually a homeless guy passed out on it, you know? So that's cool. That's how I met my boyfriend. So it's cool, I guess, you know. Finding the drunk asleep on my ass. It is, but it's tough. Like I said, it's tough being Latina. I also grew up in a house with just boys, so I'm a little bit of a tomboy. You know, I have 3 brothers, and growing up in a Puerto Rican household with 3 boys and a dad, that's like growing up with 40 dudes. Okay, because the toxic masculinity was like intense. Okay, you know, there's a lot of machismo there, and you know, it was so much testosterone growing up in that house that at the age of 6, my mother had to take me to get my mustache waxed. Okay, it was, you know, she didn't want me to get made fun of, you know. you know, having more facial hair than my first grade teacher is embarrassing. You know, but you know, growing up in a Latino home with 3 boys, you know, there was a lot of aggression, there was a lot of fighting, a lot of punching, you know, and I participated, if nothing else than for utter survival. You know, like I grew up in Chicago, and you know, Chicago is notorious for having some really tough neighborhoods where some kids are afraid to go and walk to school every day, right? I was afraid just to walk through our dining room. Okay. It was like, oh, do I get jumped? Am I going to get jumped walking to the bathroom? Like, what's going to happen today to me? You know, like every day was an adventure. Okay. So my mother, to control us, to try to teach us not to hit each other, she hit us. Teach children to keep their hands to themselves than to not physically just beat the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, my mother, she used a belt. She used a chancla, which is a house slipper. Or for me, she would pull my hair like we were in a back alley street fight. So, so it's interesting how now as an adult, when I have these conversations about corporal punishment, and people who are pro corporal punishment will usually say, well, I got hit when I was a kid and I turned out fine. You?
Right.
Really? Like I said, she used to hit us with a belt. She would hit us with a house slipper and grab me by my hair. Now, in all the relationships I have ever been in with a man, I have put them all in headlocks and told them, this is how I love. What I'm saying, guys, is I don't know if I turned out fine. You know what I mean? I don't know if I turned out okay. You know, but you know, this past year, we've been in this crazy pandemic, and I've been trying to be positive. I've been trying to be positive through this whole thing. And I figured if nothing else, we will all come out of here just being a little bit smarter about life experience, whatever that means for you. And what I've learned is, like, you know, I've learned about myself, I've learned about families, some things about friends, you know, and like, I have friends that have kids, and like I mentioned, I don't, you know, but my friends who've had children have been venting to me about how much their kids have been driving them absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs this past year, right? You know, it's just insane. But then they always tell me the same thing. They're always like, Soli, I don't know why I keep telling you this. I don't know why I keep venting to you. You don't have any kids. You don't understand. I'm gonna be honest, that kind of really hurts my feelings, because I feel like I don't even have kids to understand, you know? I know it's tough. I mean, I already knew your kids are assholes. Now you know your kids are assholes. We're all learning. We're all learning. You know, like I learned about myself that I can't do a quick Google search without turning into a grad student doing work on research on their dissertation, because God forbid it's a search that takes less than 45 minutes. You know, like the other day, I checked what the weather was going to be like here in Chicago. Okay, now I know what cumulus clouds are. And back in 1955, 9-year-old Jay Trovick was scooped by a tornado while riding a horse and tossed 1.5 miles away, and both her and the horse survived. Okay. Also, while her mother chased her in a car and witnessed the whole thing. All right. still had no idea what the weather was going to be like that day. Thank you. So as a result, I actually almost made it late to work that day. So I ran to my kitchen and I made it on time because this working from home, it was close. Thank God nobody was in the hallway blocking me to get to the kitchen so that I'd get to work on time. That was pretty close. I've been living with my boyfriend through this whole thing. And I can say that by the end of this whole pandemic, I said to him, I said, listen, I feel we should take our relationship to the next level. So I broke up with him. All right, thank you so much. My name is Soli Santos.
Yo, give it up for Soli Santos, everybody. Woo, it's funny. I love it when white people, I think the funniest thing that ever happened to me is I had a white person try to tell me once that their Caucasian parents got addicted to methamphetamine. And I laughed. I thought it was fucking hilarious. And he's like, you're an asshole. I said, no, fuck. Our whole brown community's been dying for decades for crack, and you want me to feel sorry about your disease? Nah, I'm good. Clap it up for that. Hey, I'm tired of white people acting like they're the only ones with problems, right? I don't give a shit. It didn't become a disease till white people were getting sick from it. Am I wrong? You know what I mean? And then we talk about the whole whoopings. Anybody remember this? I'm gonna call CPS. Do you know what my mom did? She dialed the first 6 digits and said, "I dare you to press the 7th one." And if you do, I'm gonna beat your ass till they get here, and then I'm gonna beat your ass again when they get here. And I was like, well, that's 3 ass whoopings compared to 1. That's not a good exchange rate. I was a nerd. See, my Asperger's kicked in. I was already doing exchange rates in first grade and shit. This doesn't seem like a good fit. This doesn't seem like it's working in my favor. Give it up for Soli Santos one more time. She's the white Puerto Rican, if you ever want to know. When you go to Puerto Rican, she's the bitch who don't tan, who needs suntan lotion. That's what she is. I can tell. I'm sorry. Too soon? Not soon enough, right? It's funny though. It's great when you have a show like this, because at least when we're all making these jokes, we notice there's not a little passive aggressive truth to it, right? I think everybody in here has been with a comedian who's made a joke about their culture, and you're like, you meant that, you prick. Fuck you. Anyways, this next comedian, right? Every time I see his name, I think I've booked a better comedian than I have. and what I mean by that is you switch out a couple of letters and fuck, I'd be having to pay him a couple of million just to do this fucking show, at least a couple grand. I know how it is. But he's a funny guy. He was a regular with that fan. He's funnier than shit. He's also he's what we call Blasian. Yeah, he's Black, Korean, and Filipino, right? I don't think I missed any of them, right? Give it up for our next comedian out of Los Angeles, California. Give it up for Jay
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Give it up for Duante. That was probably the most backhanded intro that I've ever gotten. When I see his name, I always think there's a better comedian than this guy out there, but I got this guy. Dude, I get Joe Coy a lot. I get Joe Coy a lot. A lot of people think that I'm Joe Coy on the bill, and until I ask for more pay, and then I become Jayco really quick. Like it is real quick. It's like, yeah, hey, Joe Coy, are you on the show? It's actually Jayco. Joe Coy, come on, man. Oh, here's my revised fee. Oh, come on, Jayco. What is this, Jayco? You ain't Joe Coy. Well, then don't call me Joe Coy. You call me what you paid. You call me what you paid. That's what it is, really. God, look at this show. Look at all these multi-ethnic comedians on this show. Isn't it sad that it just looks like another Latino comedy jam? It's not really, we're not that different. It's like we all look kind of Mexican. We just have great hair. We have good hair, you know, that's the difference. We get ethnically ambiguous. You guys get that? Ethnically ambiguous. That's the best. Like when you're like looking for casting and you see ethnically ambiguous, I can play that. I can play ethnically ambiguous. It's sad when you scroll through the list of ethnicities and then you kind of go, oh, can I play Libyan? Like I think I can fake Iranian. Like, and you look in the mirror and then you just do racial poses. It's just like it's so bad. It's like, oh, I think I can pull off I don't know. I think I can pull it off. I just gotta make a meaner face. You guys have been victim of casual racism. Like we get that a lot. Casual racism. We don't get beaten, but like we'll just get like the casualist of racism. Like people are making up stereotypes with us. You know, like I had this one guy and he was like, whoa, you're Black, Korean, and Filipino. Dude, you could run the 400 and fix a computer into 3 minutes. I was like, what? Dude, I'm mixed, not bionic. Like, come on. You're giving me way too much credit. Way too much credit. God. How are you guys doing? It's hot as balls out here, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I can't turn on my AC because it'll drown out the jokes and then you won't be able to hear the funniness. God, I've gotten you guys get that confused look when like people are staring at you kind of like they're trying to process what you are in their head, you know, like, and then they're like, oh my God, like they look at you like a math problem, like what is this? What is this strange concoction of a person? And then they'll come up to you and like, I don't want to be rude, but what are you? And then you go, you're a little rude. You're a little rude. Some people give me this when they don't want to ask me what I am right off the bat. They'll try to ask me this backdoor question, which is equally racist, where they'll go, hey man, where are your parents from? Where are your parents from? You know, like they think they've mastered the art of like asking rude questions nicely, you know, like where are your parents from? And I like to answer that question with my parents are white, just to fuck with them, just so that it confuses the shit out of them, you know. And then, oh my God, your parents are white. You're adopted. No, my biological parents are white. They really wanted to have an ethnic baby, and through sheer wokeness, they made it happen. Like, honestly, I don't know the science of wokeness, but Sheila and Susan, Sheila and Trevor, they made it happen. They're fantastic. I get Mexican. Like people think I'm Latino, and I get mistaken for Latino like all the time. Like the time I got deported, I was like that. I was like, where are you guys taking me? They were like, we're taking you home. I said, Burbank. They're like, my exit's right off the freeway. Some people assume that I can speak Spanish, which I can't. I can't speak Spanish. Like this one dude, he came up to me and he asked me something in Spanish, and I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I'm not Hispanic. And he was like, what? And then he leaves angry, like I tricked him, you know, like I'm hosting a prank show or some shit, you know, like that's why I'm very reluctant to tell people that I can't speak Spanish, you know, like I had a friend and I met him at work and he thought that I spoke Spanish, and like every time he would see me, he would ask me something and he would like talk to me in Spanish, and I didn't want to tell him that I didn't know how to speak Spanish. So I just went, oh, sí. Oh, see. Like he would ask me something. I was see. I was like seeing everything. It was crazy, you know, like, And then like a couple days went by, and I was like, oh man, I got to tell this guy I can't speak Spanish. And I was like, dude, I don't speak Spanish. I'm not Hispanic. And he's like, oh, dude, I thought you were retarded. I was like, what? Why would you think I was retarded? Well, every question I asked you, you were like, see. And then I asked you if you were retarded, and you're like, oh, see. So guys, lesson learned, don't do any of that shit. And you know, that's why when I was younger, I got put in ESL class for a day. I got put in ESL class, English as a second language, you know, like, because when I was a kid, I was kind of like a quiet kid. And like when people would talk to me, I would just like kind of smile and nod, you know, and, you know, I was brown. So they made an assumption, you know, and I was put in ESL class for a whole day. And I got to tell you guys, I kicked so much ass in ESL. Like, I was so good. I was so good in ESL. Like, as far as subjects go, I think ESL was probably my best subject. You know, I was like kicking so much ass. I was like, that's an apple, that's a banana, and that's a gorilla. And these teachers were like, wow, this kid's really picking up this English stuff real quick. You know, like they thought they were dope teachers. Like, I think we're gonna win a Nobel Peace Prize for this kid. You know, and then, you know, I told my mom that day, I was like, hey, I got put in ESL class today. And she said, you already know how to speak English. And I said, yeah, now, duh. They put the info in my brain, mama. I know words in Spanish. I know words. I can't carry on a conversation in Spanish. That's my biggest problem. Like, I've been trying to rewrite this joke in Spanish. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. And I'm trying to rewrite it in Spanish. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Pero 7 comen 9, which is stupid. It's dumb. It doesn't mean anything. It translates to 7 eat 9. You know, that's so stupid, you know, but that's my level of Spanish, you guys, you know, and sometimes it gets me into trouble, you know, like this lady, she came up to me and she unloaded Spanish at my face. She was like, and usually when that happens, I'll just wait for that pause and then I'll go, oh, I don't speak Spanish, you know, and they'll leave, you know, but this lady, she was like, and then like the more she was talking, the more intense like her story got. She was like, Dula. And I was like, what is happening right now, you know? And she never gave me that pause, and she just kept going. And then she did this. Oh. And I was like, oh, perfect. I can tell her I don't speak Spanish. But I didn't say that. I said, ay, Dios mío. Why would I say that? What am I, stupid? Why am I contributing to this lie? And then, you know, she agreed. She was like, oh, sí, Dios mío, sí. And then she kept going. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, no, mi amor. ¿Por qué, mi amor? ¿Por qué? She's asking why. ¿Por qué? She asked me why. ¿Por qué? I can't be like, oh, I don't speak Spanish, you know, like I heard her whole story, you know, like I didn't know what to do. So I took a chance. She's like, ¿Por qué? And I was like, ¿Por qué? Pero 7 comen 9. And then I just left. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I didn't hit unmute fast enough. He's got his own timer. I hate him. I see how he did me there. That's pretty smart. I was just about to light him. I didn't start timing him until he started telling jokes instead of complaining about my diss. But it's true. I mean, fuck. How many people thought he was Joe Coy, right? Like, how many people thought I was Dwayne? Same fucking thing, dude. Same thing. It's funny because he talked about people asking you, like, what are you? And I remember I did the Boise Comedy Festival, and all the comedians were talking about how they grew up white trash. So I opened my set. I was like, I grew up white trash too. And everybody laughed. And I was like, no, for real. I'm an 80s baby. You think my black dad was around? And they're like, oh, what do you mean too soon? You're the one that didn't get taught how to ride a bike. Why are you mad? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only black guy on here. That's right. Sean's laughing at it. You know what I mean? Jay's like, my dad's Asian. My mom was black. Both of them were there. I know what's up. Nah, I'm fucking with you. You guys having a good time here? He had a point. This looks like a Pacific Islander meeting. I don't know if we look Mexican or if we look like Polynesian, but either way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just look like we're all gonna have some loco moco and do a little hula later. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? But this is my favorite show, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because all these fuckers look like my cousins. That's why. You know what I mean? Representation, motherfucker. That's why we love this show. Anyways. Our next comedian. This bitch is my spirit animal. You know what I mean? I'm not even lie. I love this bitch. I haven't even met her yet, but she got two little side ponies and doesn't matter. Just eats whatever the fuck she wants. What the fuck I'm talking about? Well, hey, she's my little chunky monkey. I don't give a shit. She knows it. We're best friends. I need some fucking lumpia next time I see her. You know what I mean? But she's Mexican and Filipino, which for a lot of people might be the same thing because Filipinos are like Asian Mexicans. You know what I mean? They speak Spanish anyways, right? And she's from Los Angeles. But her last name makes me think she might be black because she's Maria DeLaGhetto.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I should do a hula as well. I don't know. Also, I'm glad you said my name right because I don't know, that half white part of you is afraid to say ghetto. Duante, I don't know. White people are so afraid to say ghetto. Whenever they announce me on comedy shows, they're like, and now Maria de la Ghetto.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I wasn't born in the States. It's actually Maria del Barrio. So I had to like American it. JK, Joe Coy, Jaco. Jaco, you were speaking Sims. That was not even a little bit Spanish, okay? Which I'm here for it. I love the Sims language. It's great. But yeah, no, I think it was closer to Sims. Oh my God. Yo, it is hot, bro. I'm trying to manifest some stuff. And I was like, let me manifest. I want to swim in a pool. All I got was like pools under my titties, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, oh my God. Anyway, I was in San Diego living my best Islander life, just sweating, oh my God, like sweating profusely, and I wasn't doing shit. I was just sitting there, just eating my donuts. They were vegan though. Anyway, I actually was doing a show. That's really what was going on. I was doing a show for I opened up for a Filipino comedian. It was amazing. I have not been around that many Filipinos since I had an operation last year in the hospital. So a lot of fun. I was not worried about my health in case, I was like, oh, in case something happens. I know there's at least a doctor, but there was probably about a good 100, 150 nurses there. Good times. Anyway. So yes, my name is Maria DeLaGhetto. I am half Mexican and half Filipino. No, that's not my real name. I'm not going to use my government name because I stay greasy and you ain't going to catch me slipping, number one. And number two, we ain't got time to be using my government name, okay? I'm Catholic. Do you know how many names I have? I only have a 10-minute set because if you over here trying to call me on stage talking about, and now coming to the stage, Maria Cochito Alonso, la Paquita del Barrio, chingona y chillosa, sin vergüenza, maldita, malcriada Smith. Because I told you I'm mixed. So, yeah, we don't have time for all that. Man, oh my God. Let me tell you my favorite thing. Like, okay, so, I'm in LA. I like to go on a little farmer's market and get a little something to eat, you know what I'm saying? Got my organic greens and my little juices and my little donuts. And, and then I'm walking, I'm just doing my thing, walking around my 12-pound bag of kettle corn. And here she comes. She spots me as I'm walking by and she does that. You know what I'm saying? I caught her eye and she's like, oh my God, what are you? Hungry. Clearly, like, what are you What are you, tas pendeja? That's what you are. My God, Karen, get out of my face with your Moonlight Melanie vibes, sage and freaking amethyst infused water. And like, out of here. Actually, I do, and I do infuse my own water with my amethyst. But when I do it, when Karen does it, it's spiritual. When I do it, it's brujeria, you know?
Mm-hmm.
When I do it, it's Fabi. It's third world. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, enough talking smack. Not really. I'm always going to talk smack. What I love too is when Mexicans, whenever they find out that I'm Filipino, which is not that, I mean, like, it's pretty obvious. Like, I don't have a nose. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's the number one trait of Filipinos. I ain't got no bridge. Even when I went to get glasses and I picked out these cute little frames, but they didn't have any like nose pads to hold it. And she was like, "Are you sure you want those?" And I'm like, "Bitch, what you mean? They look cute AF on me." And she's like, "Yeah, but well, when you know, I mean," she was trying to like not be mean, and then she's like, "When you bend over, it's gonna fall off your face." I was like, "What?" It's just crazy. What? No, I did. It did all the time. Broke the glasses 2 weeks later. It was messed up. So I should have probably listened to her. Leave me on my non-existent nose alone. But Mexicans love to be like, "Oh yeah, Filipinos are like the." Well, I don't know why they're always sounding like that. Maybe because I'm from East LA and that's what they sound like. But they're like, hey, they're like the Mexicans of the Asians, and I'm like, oh, looky here, look at here, Pablo. Okay. You can't talk smack. Like, what do you know? Okay, I don't know. Look, but if we're gonna classify what is a Mexican, what's a Filipino, okay, I don't know if I should call you Tio or Tito, okay, Jose, because we're all short, brown, and everybody's named is Pablo Buena Suerte, okay? So, I don't know. That's more of a Filipino thing. I don't know. I do get mistaken, you know, that the beauty of ethnic ambiguity, you know what I'm saying? My favorite though is like, this is a true story. My sister wanted me to go pick up her car at the body shop, right? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So she's like, she gets on the phone, I'm next to her, you know, I'm just watching my anime, drinking my boba as one does. And then she's on the phone and she's like, hey, can my sister pick up my car for me? Yeah, she's got long black hair, chubby cheeks, and she looks Asian-y. What does that even mean? Asian-y. That could mean many things. That could be a white girl dressed up in cosplay as Sailor Moon. I don't know. So I'm over here like, what? So I'm like thinking like, well, shit, well, how do I Asian it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what Asian is he expecting? Because I might roll up and homeboy's like, there's a very large Mexican woman trying to steal your car. Or there's a very large Samoan man trying to steal your car. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, what is he expecting? Mulan? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I roll up and talk about ni hao with a basket of fortune cookies? Like, or is he expecting Sailor Moon? You know what I'm saying? Like, roll up with my little kimono talking about konnichiwa. I don't know. Or does he even know what a Filipino looks like? And according to him, we're just like Mexicans. So do I just roll up with like some scrubs on? I don't know. Yeah. So she just ended up coming with me. It's fine. My favorite too is when like a Todd or a Kevin or a Chad or whatever is like, are you sure you're not Samoan? Am I sure that I'm not Samoan, Todd? You know what? As much as of all the colonizing, you would know, right? I mean, you've done enough of it to know, you know, like, those cute little indigenous Samoans. Look at that little Filipino there, like, out of my face, Todd. Smack you. Ugh, my favorite too is when trolls love to get me on my Instagram. This one, my favorite, gets on my page and he writes verbatim, you look like a fat, obese Mexican ate a Filipino. I was shocked and appalled at the accuracy, y'all. Damn. Damn. That was wow. Just wow. And I was here for it. I was like, you know what? I can't even be mad. And they say that Swamp people are uncultured. Mr. Ryan loves pickups with no profile picture and it's private. I get you. I was gonna leave you with this, and I can't. I lost. Oh, Rona's coming back. She coming back, y'all. Corona, y'all better be careful. 'Cause she a petty bitch. We've already discussed this. Rona's petty, okay, and this is why. She made all the skinny girls fat, and all the morbidly obese girls like me thick with 2 C's, okay. And I'm not mad about it, okay, because look. My OnlyFans blew up during the pandemic, okay? It was blowing up. Y'all, $13.99 a month these people were paying to just watch me eat cake. And I'm here for it, okay? Just watch. And, you know, sales have gone down, so now I'm making I'm making some crystals, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, thank you. That's my time.
Oh my God.
DLG.
Give it up for the Filipino Princess Leia, everybody. Yeah. It's funny because like I get in trouble. I love doing my Mexican jokes because people laugh. And I told the one guy, look, hey, they're not all Mexican. And he looked all, you know, some of them are Guatemalan and Salvadorian. And he looked all fucking confused. What the fuck? What in tarnation? That's what I don't know. That's just how I picture all racists. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been feeling bad for Republicans lately. Yeah, and it's not because of the election or anything. It's because most of them are Christian and God-fearing people. And I'm wondering what they're gonna do when they get to heaven and God's brown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they just gonna be like, I didn't use the hard R, I used the you know what I mean? Or are they gonna be like, I donated to 4 NAACP campaigns? And then they're probably gonna end with like, I got 3 colored neighbors or friends, and God's gonna be like, no, they're your neighbors. Stop lying. You know what I mean? Like, go to hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I love shitting on white people. This is how, like, if we had one white person on the show, they'd feel like us. I mean, and make some noise, comics. If you've ever been the one colored person on a show and had to sit through a shit ton of racism and have your friends look at you like, when the fuck do you go up? Because I want to beat up the last comedian that was fucking on stage. Anybody else? Come on, make some noise. It can't just be me, right? Jesus. Somebody asked me today, why do you do SuitMan Productions? And I said, because I want white people to feel like us when we go to comedy shows. I'm mad. Everybody's laughing. They're like, we're not going to laugh too hard. Bookers might see me. You know what I mean? I heard what you said. Anyways, I know we're having a blast. The best part is everybody here, we all enjoy each other's humor. This next lady, though, I wouldn't even say she's mixed, because if you go back like about 300 years, I'm pretty sure Lebanon was part of India. But I got jokes. That's Bangladesh and Pakistan. I'm just fucking with you guys, because there's somebody who's going to be like, that's totally wrong. Lebanon was not part of India. It was part of Iran and the Syrian Empire. See, I know my history. I've actually worked with this comedian in real life. She's a blast. Like I said, she's from Kurt Cobain's home city of Aberdeen, Washington. She's really Hawaiian. I don't know when the fuck she moved here. I'd have never left. Anyways, give it up for our next comedian, Omi. Ah!
What's up? I am not Hawaiian. I grew up in Hawaii, but that doesn't make me Hawaiian. Just to start it off, I'm going to correct you. Oh, it feels so good. My name is Ami. Ami means mother in Arabic. So my partner is a motherfucker. I am bisexual. I am biracial, and I go to therapy bi-weekly. Yeah. None of those are choices. They all just kind of run in my family. We're a fun bunch. People tend to know I'm Indian when I go to get my hair done. My hairdresser is always excited. Oh, you must be Indian. The waxing lady, she's like, oh my gosh, you must be Indian. And so now I don't get waxed anymore because I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. Right. Oh, I say that I'm a pretty decent driver. I only hit parked cars. Yeah. I did learn how to drive from my mother. She often let Jesus take the wheel, or Buddha or Krishna or Mohammed. She's not discriminatory. I tend to laugh a lot. I love it. I fucking love laughter. I love hearing you guys laugh. I love hearing people laugh. I feel like laughter is little orgasms for our ears. You know, as soon as it hits my ears, I'm just like, oh yes, more. So that's why I laugh all the time. I'm just like orgasming in public. It's fun. People ask me what I am. I was actually, I mentioned earlier, I was born in Hawaii. You can say it with a W, but everybody says it wrong in America because it's America. And people are really mixed in Hawaii. And they always, it's not rude. If you ask somebody what they are, it's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm like 9 different things. It's kind of like showing off. If you're more mixed, it's cooler. And so I have noticed once I moved to the mainland that it can be rude, that there's like a tension behind it when it's white people asking. So when people ask me, you know, they say, Ami, what are you? And I just say, I'm a Scorpio. Yeah. And that's not what you meant? Oh, my heritage. I have Silver Dragon lineage. Any Dungeons and Dragons players? Nope. Oh, it's okay. It's super fun. Anyway. Oh my goodness. I love being, yeah, it's fun. And they're, you know, that's not what they mean. They don't mean that. It's my parents. I'm a lesbian. I mean Lebanese. I'm also Indian. I feel very blessed because I got to grow up around my culture, and that's something that I don't think everybody got to do, right? If you're fleeing from Lebanon, you probably weren't practicing Indian culture. Anyways, doesn't make sense. I will keep going. I go to the temple and wear saris. Saris are wonderful. They really taught me how to roll joints. You know, the long piece of fabric, you just wrap it around and wrap it around and wrap it around. Not too tight. You want to hang out with your friends and smoke it. I mean, dance. My peer in high school found out that I was Indian, and he asked me, he said, you know, Ami, I heard in India, they worship cows. So do they worship you in your country?
Oh.
I was like, I've never been to India. Geez, I don't know. Sometimes people will feel more comfortable texting to be offensive or posting, just like Maria was saying. And they text me and ask me if I taste like curry. I didn't know where they were talking about, but I looked myself up on Yelp and I've got a 4.5 star review. Yes. Thank you. For my own, yeah, I'm laughing in my head. It counts. Okay. I got a little offended. There's these Bollywood themed parties. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. It's kind of like a toga party, but yeah, you're nodding. Okay, so someone asked me, they're like, hey, can I borrow a sari and wear it to this Bollywood themed party? And I grew up in the Hare Krishna temple. And we did not wear saris to drink and smoke and do that kind of stuff, which I do now because I left the Hare Krishna temple. And so I made a rule. It's like a religious experience for me personally. And so I'm not gonna let anybody borrow a sari or wear a bindi unless they speak Hindi. Mm-hmm. I do love language. I do speech therapy. And a student asked me, he said, Miss Ohm, what does incest mean? Sunday. It was awesome. I know now that you tell the kid to ask their parents. And so after I told him, he said, no, I mean, insist. What does insist mean? I'm not having children. Not gonna happen. I just don't want to take work home with me. You know, not good for your brain. Ooh, I love the silence. It's like being home alone all week. It's good. Yeah, I don't shave. I'm that kind of what is it? A feminist? I don't even know if I'm an intersectional feminist. I have to, yeah. I did want to change up the hairstyles you get for your vagina, because I feel like there's just like the one, right? Like you either get the airplane strip or you just go completely baby bald, right? And I was thinking to start this new trend. I was thinking you just shave the middle and leave the sides there. And so then if you're having like, you know, heterosexual sex and there's, you know, a problem, it's just like to the left, no, not quite, to the right, oh, not quite. You can just go straight down the middle and everybody wins. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna catch on, like bumpers at a bowling alley, you know? That's okay. Silence, I hate silence. But that's why there's social media, right? Good. Oh, I have, okay, 7 minutes. I am gonna share, I'm moving right now, so feel better than me if you're not moving, because it's so fun, so fun. Bear with me, I am going to sing a song called Clean Freak Me Baby. If you are familiar with hip hop songs and know Freak Me Baby, this is my spin on it. All right, so Clean Freak Me Baby, ah yeah. Clean freak me, baby. Ah, yeah. Clean freak me, baby. Ah, yeah. Let me wash you up and down till the food's gone. Let me scrub in the tub, baby, make it just right. Grab the sponge and rub the sink, no hairs behind. Cause the vacuum's here, baby. I wanna go. Long, long, long. Come on, baby girl. You know just what I wanna do. I got my Swiffer around the corner. Gonna lead it down past the broom. I see that the rugs are dusty. I'm gonna take them out and beat them up. Cause tonight, baby, I wanna get clean freaky with you. You. Oh yeah. You. Appliances, baby. Let me see, the bed is made. Hang the towel cause it's all wet. Socks in the hamper today. Don't worry, baby, you're next. Come on, wash the dirty clothes. Pour in the detergent smooth. Let the lid close tight. I'll even press the button just right. You don't have a dryer. Don't worry. I got you. I'm gonna clip all the clothes on that long strip. Don't worry, got my shoes off, because I know there's no shoes in the house. Don't want to mess your clean floors up, because then I'd have to scrub it down. Because tonight, baby, I want to get clean freaky with you. You. Yeah. I'm actually singing it to my partner all the time. And if he wants to tap out, his safe word is a little bit of Hawaiian. We say, humu nuku nuku apua'a, and then he gets out of it. So I am Ami Om. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Umi Om. Jesus Christ. If that isn't an OCD lovemaking song, I don't know what is, right? Oh, the germaphobes. They're like, oh yeah, sing it again. Oh yeah, she took out the vacuum. Ah! Right? Jesus Christ. That I've never yeah, that was unique. I'll give her that. She's from Aberdeen. They don't get out much out there. I'm just gonna let you know. She's the black person in Aberdeen. That's how crazy it is out there. I'm just gonna say. If you ever went somewhere like I think that's the best part is when you go somewhere, and I think the worst thing I have is when people come up to me and they're like, "Are you Mexican?" And I'm like, "I'm not fucking Mexican." And everybody thinks that's bad. But when I tell them I'm black, they don't want to talk to me anyway. So you guys tell me who's the real racist. Shit. Rhea knows what I'm talking about. They come up to her speaking Spanish, and she's like, "No, I'm Filipino." And they turn and walk right away. Tell me I'm lying. Am I lying here?
Nah.
Best part is when you call Indians, Native Americans, Mexican, they're like, "We're not native." Hey, both you guys eat fucking tacos. Whether it's fry bread or tortilla, it's still a fucking taco. Don't let your Native American friends lie to you. Fry bread tacos are not the fucking same. Okay? Just saying. Anyways, we better keep going because I know the person who's closing out this show is getting too fucking high. I see your eyes over there, Athena. We'll get to you later. But this next guy looks like he was the guy from Indiana Jones all grown up. You know, the guy with the, "Come on, Indy, let's go." I'm just fucking with him.
Short round.
He knows his name too. Yeah, he's like, "That's my hero." The only Vietnamese guys in film, right? That was the one guy. Unless you wanted to watch a movie where they move their lips like this and only said 6 words. I used to hate that shit. Why don't you fix their lips, not just dub the audio? Anyways, our next comedian, he's also out of, I believe, Los Angeles, California. Imagine that. That's where they're all at, all the brown people. Right? And I already hinted at it. He's Blasian too, but he's different kind of Blasian. He's Vietnamese and black. The only Vietnamese word I think I know is "do ma," that cuss word, right? Give it up for our next comedian, Sean Porter!
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. What a lovely show. I feel like I'm in like Brown Comics Anonymous. Like, and our anonymous leader Duante has been 5 days sober. This is a fun show, man. I feel like this is an AAPI Heritage Showcase. But he's right though. I mean, I get it. Like, I'm used to being the only brown person on a set list, so it feels like sometimes you're like Will Smith and I Am Legend, and then you find us, and you're like, "Wait, there's more of us? Oh my God, we gotta cling together." Like, I won't let Suwon go out of my sight ever. I'm worried about her out there, like comic rooms. I'm like, we gotta stick together. Yes, I am a mixed dude. I am Blasian. I feel like I'm at home. There's like 3 of us on this set. But I tell people I'm half black. It's like, I get it. I'm the undercover black guy, right? I'm an undercover black guy. I'm incognito. I describe myself like hybrid weed, black but Asian dominant. It's like I get it. I get it. It can be confusing. I looked in the mirror the other day. It's like this hair. I'm like, I look like Thomas Jefferson if Thomas Jefferson had a Polynesian slave. First slave reference of the night, by the way, you guys. Really a mixed. This is the first. Duante said "F this" and just left the room. He was like, "Okay, I don't need to be here for this." I look like I could be Maria DeLaGhetto's older brother, Sean Hood Cul-de-sac. I call myself. I don't know. I do Blasian things though. I keep it real. I'm gonna tell you, I keep it authentic. I keep it 100. I do authentically Blasian things. Okay. I eat fried chicken with chopsticks. I'll cut a Magnum condom in half. So I still use it though. I use it. Athena's like, what the? What is going on? I'm only good at math, but when it comes to playing dominoes, that's the only time. Other than that, I suck. I suck at math. I keep it real, you guys. You know, like I'm into girls. I'm into thick girls. I'm into girls with big booties, but have good credit, and that's hard to find. I'm telling you that right now. That is hard to find. But no, you know, here's the thing. One of the perks of being Blasian is like, I love it when people don't know how old I am. Okay, when people never know how old I am, because here's the thing. Okay, so you know they say if you're black, don't crack. You know, Asian don't raisin, right? So if you're Asian and black, am I like Wesley Snipes in like the movie Blade? I'm just a daywalker at this point. I'm a vampire at this point. I'm 58 years old is what I'm trying to tell you. So another thing I get once people find out I'm half black, because 0% of people know I'm half black before I tell them that I'm half black. So I often get to ask this question, okay? I often get asked, well, Sean, does that mean that you can get away with saying the N-word? Do you say the N-word? My answer is yes, but I say it in Vietnamese. Okay. As a matter of fact, the N-word was the first Vietnamese word I learned as a kid. Okay. Apparently it wasn't just a pet nickname my mom gave to my dad. Stay with me. It gets worse. Stay with me, everyone. Stay with me. Am I bombing or is everyone on mute? I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know. Soli just muted me a long time ago. She's like, all right, I'm checking out. It's okay. Joe Coy's like, you know what? I deserve better than this show. This show's below me, Joe Coy, you know?
Both.
I'm just going to stay on mute. It's okay. Here's the thing, though. There are a lot of differences, but there are a lot of similarities I'm coming to find out between Vietnamese and black folks, okay? There's a lot of similarities. Like, for example, I'll give you guys an example. Vietnamese people love to gamble and love to do nails, right? That's what we do. That is our trade. That is our gift to America, right? Black folks love to gamble and love to pay for nails. It's just a perfect pairing. So perfect pairing. Another thing Vietnamese and black folks have in common is beating their children. Okay, that like, because what do you get when you're growing up being raised by a Vietnamese woman fresh off a war, fresh off the boat, right? And then a black man from inner city Detroit. What you get are Hall of Fame levels of ass whoopings. That's what you get. Getting beat with the belt is one thing, but why inside a bamboo cage? My mom would refer to my childhood bedroom as the Hanoi Hilton. That can't be good parenting, you guys. Growing up in Los Angeles, I'm born and raised out here. I know that's kind of weird when you tell people this. There's so many transplants out here, but I'm like, look, you guys, not all of us can be from Ohio. But growing up and then dating in Los Angeles as a Blasian has always been interesting. Like when I was single, I was always a girl's first Asian or starter black guy. It was either or. Okay, I was like Fisher Price, my first black guy. That was what it was like dating me. And like a girl would date me for 2 months and then graduate to my homie Jay Quan. You know, I was the 14th trial. I'm in a relationship now. Okay, my girlfriend is Mexican, and you know, I think it's interesting. You know, I'm Asian and black. My girlfriend is Mexican. If we had a kid together, it'd be everything America hates yet utterly depends on. I'm not sure if that's a joke or more of just a PSA.
Both.
I love the cultural differences just within my own home. Like my girlfriend and I live together now, and just the cultural differences are a trip. Like I was thinking about the other day, like what are my biggest fears? You know, what are my biggest fears? You know, ablation, of course, so it's money. It's all money, right? It's money, right? I want to make sure the biggest fear is do we get the rent in on time, right? Are all the bills paid? You know, my girlfriend's biggest fear is La Llorona. Like how we still believing in the Mexican boogeyman? We grown as shit. Like I don't get that. Like that doesn't track for me. Here's a pro tip: is anyone in a relationship with a Latina or dating a Latino? Is anybody? Nope. Okay, that's cool. Duante, I'm sure, has had his
I have the scars to prove it too, fucker. Yeah. I got all the scars. I got all of them.
You do? Good. Well, here's a pro tip I'm gonna share for folks. If you're ever in a relationship with a Latina, you'll know she's fallen in love with you the first time she stabs you. Okay. So we're well on our way. We're well on our way. She is obsessed with this the true crime shows and documentaries. Yeah. She's obsessed. Do you guys watch that stuff? Mm-hmm. She like over COVID, like she's seen all of them. She's seen so many of them. She's on the foreign language ones now. She's knocked out all of them. Like her favorite shows are like Forensic Files and like Dateline. Those are favorite shows. So I just started trolling her. Okay, it's like what I started doing is right before the show starts, I'll run into the room and I'll be like, spoiler alert, the husband did it. And I'll run back out the room. And I'll run back 10 minutes later. I'll be like, spoiler alert, you took out a life insurance policy 3 weeks before she get menstrual. Anyway, you guys have been great. Thank you, Duante. That's my time. My name is Sean Porter. You guys have been great. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Woo! It was funny. Like when he was like a starter black guy. I was thinking, Asian black guy. How's that work underneath the belt? You know what I mean? Like that's the total opposite spectrums, ain't it? Yeah. No, see, that's why I get the mic back. See, now I get to talk trash. You don't get to say nothing. See, I got it.
Dante, I'm all Asian from the waist down.
Yeah, see, I was waiting for it. He's like, I'm a black guy from the waist down. He's like, I can do math and I can run fast. That's how you know I'm Vietnamese and black, right? Jesus. It's funny, like, does he go into his local store and half the time they're like, you leave now, you buy now? No, I'm fucking with you. Ooh. Yeah, he had a good laugh at that. For all y'all not laughing, that's a Boys in the Hood reference.
Yeah, Comics Anonymous.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I like that, though. A lot of people are like, what the fuck's AAPI? I've heard of AARP. It's Asian American Pacific Islanders. For all you fucking howlies out there. And stop letting people call you howlies. That's not a nice thing.
Uncultured swine.
Hey, you know the guy in Chingao, right? Yeah. Pinche güeras. Yeah, we called you all kinds of names. I like to call them colonizers. That's my favorite. You know what I mean? Colonizers. I'm not a colonizer. Then go back to Britain. Fuck you. Anyways. The best part about me going so long is I know the person last on the show is high as shit and getting anxiety. So I'm just enjoying this shit. But our next comedian, she's a joy. It was funny because I love nice people who, or at least meet people similar to both of us who come off nice and joyous. And then you get us in a roast battle. And we're not nice roasters. We do our homework, you know what I mean? And me and this next comedian were on a roast. And the girl I was roasting is this Asian girl named Ying Lang out of Spokane. And she was like, I've been doing comedy for 5 years. And I was like, nah, she's been doing comedians' nails for 5 years. And everybody's like, oh! Yeah, you don't play the dozens with black people, all right? Anyways, this next comedian, she's a blast. She's also out of Los Angeles. If I get my shit together, I'll be able to tell you everything about her. Her name's Suwon Weaver. I know she's part Japanese and something else. I mean, that's just the whole fucking show. I'm joking. It's the same fucking thing, all right? They're right across the water. I don't know. Is she North Korean or South Korean? That's what I was wondering. Like, do we get a mix of one of those? Like, they're half violent and half just passive? No, I'm just fucking with you. She's Black, white, and Korean. Give it up for our next comedian out of Los Angeles. Give it up for Suwon Weaver, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks. It's real fun to be here. Sean just did my set, so I'm good. There we go. Yeah, no, it's such a weird thing to be asked, like North Korean or South Korean. No one gets out of North Korea. Like, no one's North Korean, just FYI. Anyways, okay, so. So, you know, my dad is Black and we didn't even find out. My dad passes for being white. He passed for being white right up until we found out. Yeah, cops only pull him over occasionally. And, so like I said, he passed for being white in our own family. And we found out because my brother was playing all-star baseball and you got to get your birth certificate from the city. And that comes in. And so for my mother, it said Korean. And then for my father, it said Negro. And we were like, what? We're Koregro? Me, right? No, we didn't know. We honest to God didn't know. Do you guys like my Carol Brady haircut right here? I'm just diverging for a second because I went in there to get like a hipster mullet. You know, I had like, because I have real curly hair too. It looks just, it's like kind of like Sean's. And then like hipster mullet. And then I came out, she dyed it black. I didn't even know she was going to do that. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, okay. So I just had to say that. Yeah, I said this is a little divergence because I'm looking at my face on Zoom again. Yeah, so we didn't know. My brother got his birth certificate and then we're like, okay, I get it. I see. But I grew up with my auntie Riri. She had darker skin. Auntie Riri, like, you know, and we didn't know. And then I have my cousin Michelle in the 70s. She had a little afro going. Again, my dad said we were part Irish. So so I was like, all right, we're Irish until we find out. Everything happened because of Pittsburgh, you guys. My dad's from Pittsburgh. And it also turns out my dad had a baby mama. We also found out about that, right? So I have a half sister. We're looking at a will that's sitting on the counter one day. And my brother also shows it to me. My brother finds out everything. He's like, who the heck is Beverly? We were like, oh, what? So right before my dad died, I moved in with my mom after my dad died because I'm a good person. And right before my dad died, he tells me this story, how his baby mama just sat on his lap and boom, she was pregnant. You left out a few pieces, Dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We know what boom means, okay? All right. Oh, yeah. And just growing up in Southern California, like with this mixed race thing, being asked all the time, like, what are you? And then my parents would just say, you just tell them we're American. You know, that doesn't fly. That doesn't work. No one wants to hear that. And then we've been told to go back to your own country. I've been told to go back to your own country several times. And, you know, the first couple times, I think they were Vietnam War vets and PTSD. I get it. It was kind of scary, right? But the last time was right after the election. And I just thought, really? Is that really, guys? Okay. Where should I go? Lesbos? You know, it's not like they're going to pay for it or anything, right? No. So, and then that's the other thing too. I've also been asked, I've been told by this friend, you know, you don't really have a lesbian vibe at all. Yeah, well, I'm not attracted to you at all.
All right.
You know, like, come on. So I'm getting better at that. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit better at like weeding these people out that are always just trying to say stuff and undercut you, you know, like, okay, COVID happens and I gained a few pounds. Who cares? I think you probably wear like a size large, right? Oh, please stop. So rude when friends are like this. You don't really sing, right? You don't sing. Oh, that was just a hello with okay. You know, you don't sing. You don't really have a good voice. You don't, it's not like you're a real singer like Victoria. Yeah, I'm not trying out for the Grand Ole Opry here. Okay, so just relax. It's karaoke bar. I don't care. Karaoke if I was Japanese, but I'm not. Right? Yeah, my mom does come from wartime. She has that wartime trauma. This lady, okay, 89 years old, drives herself to Costco still. Drives herself, comes back, you know, fills up the 2 refrigerators as if there was a man in the house. And, you know, she'll have her backup of toilet paper. Like during the pandemic, we had not the whole 6-pack that you get from Costco, but then we had a backup to the 6-pack. Like I really could have done really great on eBay with the toilet paper, but I just, you know, I don't know. I'm not that person. So yeah, my mom, she's just got that post-war trauma. You know, she carries it around. Like, what are you going to do? It's like always like trying to feed, overfeed, eat. I'm like, okay, I get it. You have problems and I don't want to keep eating because I've already put on a lot of weight. Okay, this is fine. So you guys, one of the benefits of getting older, this is like you care less, right? You don't care about stuff that people saying to you. I think that that's kind of amazing. Another benefit is you notice that you buy heavy creams, right? Everything is about heavy, like it's like feels like mud, right? You got to warm it up and pat it in. Yes, I'm 58. No, I'm not 58. I'm not that far away, but I'm not 58. I feel like everybody's older auntie. That's how I feel. I got an audition. I do go out for ethnically ambiguous, Jaco. And yeah, exactly. That's how Hollywood wants it. And I went out for this audition for an older Filipino woman. And so I'm not even kidding you. I was like, all right, yeah, give it to me. I'll take it. I work. I'm so glad. Yeah, I mean, I'll work it. I don't care. What do I? Yeah, good. You know, they don't care. They just, here, go in this corner. It doesn't matter. That's where all the Asians are. You just stand over there and do this accent. Okay, great. Fantastic. That's how Hollywood is. When I first started auditioning, they had this like grandma Asian, and this guy literally was like, just do an accent and chase the guy out of the store. And I was like, I don't think this is going to be good cast. Like, I'm sure you could find someone else. I don't think I'm going to be I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. And he didn't care. He was like, I refused because I'm like, no. How about no? So there you go. Oh God. Yeah. You know, I just had to draw the line, right? Like, come on now. I could do my mom's accent. I think I could, but yeah, anyways, screw that guy. I came from murky beginnings, you guys. This is what it is. And when you have that, then your whole life is murky, right? Like you can't, it's hard to decide like if you're gay or not, like in and out of the closet, like 19 times. And then finally I was like, okay, you know what? Like all the kids are pan now, right? And pan used to be Asian. You know, it did. Like that was like the word for Asian, but now, okay, we're pan. I don't know. I don't really want to go out with guys. I never get a you know, connection with dudes. It just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense. So I got to know myself. Like my parents didn't want me to play sports. My dad, I think he saw it coming, right? Like, I don't want you to get broad shoulders and thick ankles like your mother.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay, Dad. All right. Well, I'll just leave you with this little tiny thing. So, you know, I do go out with the butchy girls, like the butch lesbians, and people are like, well, why don't you go out with the pretty girls? 'Cause I'm the pretty one. All right, I'm Suwon Weaver. Thanks, you guys.
That's fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, I think one of the funniest comedians I had that I have a comedian who's lesbian named D-Lo who's done our show. And she says she hates being the butch girl because when she gets in a fight, her girlfriend always thinks she's the one who's going to beat somebody up. And she's like, bitch, I don't fight either. You know what I mean? Like, I always thought about that. How the roles go? Like, who's the man? Who pays? Who's always wrong now? Who sleeps on the couch, right? Like, how does this work? Whose mother's the fat pig? Oh, sorry. Too much? Too far? Okay. Sorry, I just figured, you know, since we're playing the blame game, it's got to be somebody's fault. There's no guys in the relationship. Who do you guys blame everything on, right? And then do you guys like line up together and you're perioding at the same time? Because I know how this works. So you guys are just bitchy the same week. I know you're going to be a bitch. You know I'm going to be a bitch. Why don't you just stay at your mom's? All right? Jesus. How am I doing lesbian jokes? I'm not lesbian. I'm not supposed to do that. But see, there's the difference. I'm not being hateful. That's how you avoid it. All you cis white males. Hear the difference? Oh, God. Anyways, really, I'm not making fun of lesbians in those jokes. I'm making fun of men. Hello. Our next comedian, though, she's usually too high to perform, or at least perform without giggling at herself. But she's funny as hell. I love her anyway. She runs Hypothetical Comedy. She produces a whole bunch of shows. She's actually the resident host for one of our shows, Ridiculously Amazing Women, here at SuitMan Productions. She's a great soul. And to be honest, do you know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of the kindergarten teacher. Because I don't care how shitty your set is. She's going, oh my God, everybody. She did just a wonderful job. Give it up for our next comedian who sounds like a kindergarten teacher who's too nice to everybody. I love her anyways. And what does she mix with? She's another one of these people that's just Puerto Rican, I think. No, I'm just fucking with you. She's Mexican, Spanish, and Native American. So if you didn't know, yeah, that's Puerto Rican, everybody. Give it up for our next comedian out of San Jose, California, Athena Rodriguez.
Dang. Oh, dang. Am I muted? No, I'm good. All right. Hello. Yeah, I do have some Mexican. I didn't know about my culture because for a long time I was raised by my grandmother, and my grandmother is a self-loathing Mexican. She would always say things like, I was born in Texas. I'm like, yeah, but you were born in Texas when it was still Mexico, so you're still Mexican. She doesn't like me. Anyway, yeah, my first name is Greek, and my second name is French, and my last name is Spanish. And I say that I identify as an international buffet. Because when people keep bugging me about what I am, I just tell them to eat me. I just tell them I'm just a bad case of heartburn. That's all I am. During Pride Month, I found out that my husband is actually biracial. Yeah, he's actually half Mexican, half white, but he passes as a pothead. Yeah, they say it's in the eyes. I'm multiracial, which just means I have a lot of people in my family. That's a lot of us. There's so many of us that during the last family reunion, I mistook the taco vendor for one of my cousins, which was really awkward because it turned out to be my dad. Really weird to meet in that way. I don't know. My dad never went to any of my comedy shows because he'd always complain and say, Mija, you cuss, and it's unattractive. because that's what I want to be, attractive to my father. My dad was obsessed with leaving behind the legacy, the Rodriguez legacy, which was very confusing for me because I was like, what's our legacy, Dad? Chronic ingrown toenails and diabetes. What are we leaving behind? My name is Athena. I was named after the Greek goddess of war, wisdom, and home crafts. Because when I think of a woman in power, I'm like, she better knit a fucking sweater. I wish there was like some fancy, sweet, like magical story of how I was named Athena, but the truth is my dad was just reading a Greek mythology book while taking a poop on the toilet. Yeah, in fact, my real full name is Athena Sudoku Rodriguez. Just gonna keep it in the family, I think. I'm not very close to my mom. She's kind of mean and aggressive and a total badass. And I kind of wish she raised me. I wish she did. And I can't even say I have mommy issues because I was never allowed to call her that. So I guess I have Becky issues. And I don't get along with her, and she does weird stuff. Like the last time I talked to her ever on the phone, she called me just to pick a fight with me, and it was super awkward listening to her do karate over the phone. During the pandemic, I binge watched a lot of ghost videos on YouTube. And I don't know if they're real or not, but they're very entertaining. I was very entertained because different cultures deal with ghosts differently. Like there was one set of people that whenever they heard something scary, they'd start praying immediately. Like just this whole full-on prayer, and it was like crazy. And then another set of people, they believe that if you cuss out the ghost, it makes them go away, right? Like a bucket would move, and then they'd be like, fuck your mother. Dang, I would go away. I wouldn't even have to be a ghost to go away. But Americans, they deal with them differently. There will be blood dripping on the walls and hissing sounds coming from the basement and scary moaning happening. And they would be like, why are you here? What's your unfinished business? And like all the other ghosts are over there trying to tell these people, get out, save yourselves. Because that's unfinished business is talking about bring Brittany. I always think that if I was a ghost, I'd be a little bit more successful at haunting people and getting them out of my house. Mm-hmm. I'd be so passive aggressive, but I think it would work. Like they would be just sitting in their living room, and then I'd come up behind them and do something like whisper in their ear, eating all the string cheese at once again, huh? And like while they're in the shower in their most vulnerable moment, I would leave a message on their mirror, and it would be like, ew, back knee. You know, I feel like I think that I would like totally win at this. And then if that didn't work, I would go for the ultimate, move. And that's I would walk around their house moaning like a drunk girl. Be like, ah, I'm not even drunk. Let's order a pizza. And then like just keep them up all night by making barfing noises. I'd be a dope ghost, is what I'm saying. I watch a lot of true crime, and I have a theory that that the people that tell us to smile more are the serial killers.
Yeah.
Because you always hear about like this person that got killed, and they had such a beautiful smile, they had such a warm heart. And that's why I think that for us to like defend ourselves, we should walk around with a face that, you know, like a scary face that says, you know, I'd follow you in the gym bathroom. You know, just have that face where it's like, I will violently rip off your testicles. I think that would protect us. Or if they really had the audacity to tell you to smile more, you could be like, fuck your mother. Because it works for ghosts, you know. I noticed that I'm getting picky about porn lately, and you really shouldn't, because it's just porn. But the last one I watched, they were doing it on Dora the Explorer sheets. And I kept getting distracted because I was like, any minute now, she's just going to be like, where is the penis? Can you find the penis? Let's ask the map. And then the map jumps out and he's all excited and be like, I'm the map. I'm the map. His dick and balls are in your ass. I'm the map. What I'm saying is I'm mad that I was compared to a kindergarten teacher, you guys. Oh my gosh. Have you ever had the worst day of your life and some little kid flips you off? Right? And you can't like get them right back because they're not like emotionally crushed like you were. I had to wait a whole week for this kid to fall off his bike. And then I ran up to him and I was like, like I made sure to give him the same face that he gave me. So I was like, and he's like, Auntie, you're. I'm like, I learned it from watching you. All right. I like to end on somber notes. My name is Athena Rodriguez. You guys have a wonderful night.
That's funny as hell because, like, I forgot to start the timer. I was just going to let her go. I looked over at the other thing. I was like, I didn't even start the timer. I guess Athena's just going to go. Let's see what this bitch got today. All right. She was like, I'm too high for this shit. I know it's been 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Let me wrap up and get the fuck out of here. I feel like I set you guys up for failure. She's over here talking all dirty and nasty. And I talked about how she was a sweet little kindergarten teacher. That's how it gets you ready for porn. They talk about librarian, and the next thing you know, they spring on some dick in the book. I know how this works. Sorry. Did you guys have some good time tonight? All you comedians, make some noise. Like I said, I think I'm with Sean Porter. This was a Pacific Islander Alcohol Anonymous meeting. I feel like everybody in here could pass for some form of Polynesian or something. Hey, this has been a great show. We've had a great lineup tonight. Make some noise for everybody we had. We opened with Anoushka Rava out of UK. Then we had Soli Santos out of Chicago, Illinois. We had Jay Ko out of Los Angeles, California. We had Maria DeLaGhetto out of Los Angeles, California. We had Umiom out of Aberdeen by way of Hawaii, right? We had John Porter out of Los Angeles, California. Swan Weaver, the Japanese lady, Korean black and white, out of Los Angeles, California. I say North Korean. She's kind of standoffish. And then we had Athena Rodriguez out of San Jose, California. Our ultimate Aztec warrior. She's native, Spanish, and Mexican, which is European. I love when they say Spanish. You mean white. Anyways, my name's Duante Barnett. I'm with SuitMan Productions. Just to give you a heads up, we have something going every weekend, right? So what is it that we have next weekend? Well, it's something special to my heart. It will not look like this show at all, to be quite honest. This will look like a Black woman's meetup because it's called Soul Sister Sundays. Woo. Nothing but fine Black women telling good jokes. So check us out next Sunday, 6 p.m., same channel, different time. Love you guys. Hope you had a great day. Enjoy your night. Peace.